Well, hi, my name is Rosalinda Silvera, pastor, and I'm gonna do this change case. The company that I chose was BBVA USA. What I'm gonna evaluate was it's gonna be the impact of volunteerism programs on the organizational culture of this BBVA company. Well, first, we need to understand what is an organizational culture, which is defined as a collection of values and norms that are shared by people in an organization. It is important to note that the stronger an organizational culture is, the greater impact it will have on employees' attitudes and behaviors. The organizational commitment that each employee has is just a part of the whole organizational culture, but exemplifies the importance of the relationship between organizational values and loyal employees. Because these last, the loyal employees, has been associated with positive outcomes, including uh, reduced absenteeism, reduced stress, reduce work-family conflict, reduce of lateness, and a big commitment to change. To enhance this psychological work environment, it is important programs that make workers feel part of a group and that their effort counts on reaching the team goal. This program could perfectly be exemplified through volunteerism. Well, Uh, the volunteerism is the voluntary giving of time and talents to deliver service or perform tasks with no direct financial compensation expected. People participate in volunteering for various reasons. I'm going to talk about the two categories that are altruism and selfness, and the rational or function. Those are the two reasons that usually leads volunteering. Uh, Work-level stress was something always concerned companies because it affects the productivity of each individual employee. That is why the latest trend in establishing volunteer programs was doing activities that benefits others, and this is a great stress reducer. This works as a tool for increasing employee engagement, spreading the word about company value, and making a significant influence on the world. Volunteering behavior can convince people that they can make a difference in the world and thus provide a self-validating experience, which is something almost every person looks for. By involving employees in certain volunteer activities, many of them will reveal their hidden talents, while others will improve certain skills. This will mean a great opportunity for human resource department for assuring each worker is doing their jobs in which they are better at. Then I'm going to talk about BBVA. Mm, this is a Spanish multinational bank founded in 1857. In 2004, BBVA entered the US market with acquisitions in the south of the country and took advantage of the strength of its Mexican subsidiary, which was BBVA Bancomer. This is one of the largest financial institutions and has presence in South America, North America, Spain, Turkey, and Romania. Well, this is the volunteerism program of BBVA. It is employee involving a program. This was launched in 2016, aiming not only to support important social causes, but to provide their employees a valuable opportunity to express their willing to help, um, their passion for people for doing something meaningful. Uh, BBA encourage their employees to think of themselves as volunteer ambassadors, and there is two programs which can they choose to do this volunteerism. These are volunteerism as itself and charitable giving. For the purpose of this work, I'm gonna talk about this volunteerism program. BBVA volunteer program focused on 6 areas. The first one, as we see in this screen, is community development. In here, BBVA creates and sustains affordable housing for low to moderate income communities. And also they facilitate job creation and they deliver financial help to uh, for education of children, adolescents, and adults. Finally, through this community development program, they support in entrepreneurship and provide economic development for minority and underserved groups. The second area is education, where BBVA address pre-K 12 students through a school sponsorship, professional development, and support and retention of teachers. The third area is health and human services. In here, BBVA ensure access to health education programs and quality healthcare. The next area is arts and culture, and in here, BBVA facilitates access to cultural experiences for persons with low to moderate income. Uh, the fifth area is environment and natural resources. Here, BBVA enable access to green technology and sustainable sources of energy for low to moderate income communities. Here also provides support for projects with great impact of the protection of the environment and sustainable practices. The final one is this diversity and inclusion area. Here, BBVA provides leadership development of underrepresented groups and promote tolerance and understanding among mainstream and minority populations. BBVA recognized that volunteering demands an extra effort for the workers. That is why they give each team member 16 additional hours of paid time off to just for volunteer each year. Action like this make workers feeling recognized and valued. Therefore, encourage workers to get involved in the company activities and then with the company goals. Finally, I'm going to explain this impact of this program, this employee involvement program on the organizational culture of BBVA. We need to understand that corporate volunteerism programs increase the positive effect among employees. It's important to consider for the companies to have long-lasting partnership with volunteering organizations. This is because when new employees join the team, the longer-serving team members will share stories that are connected with the type of volunteering activities they have been involved. And this will help inspiring other workers. Participating in volunteer programs has become beneficial for team building and is also beneficial for communication. Working together to achieve charitable work can bring people together and makes them interact and building new relationships. This building of new relationship will help to build a strong organizational culture. If employee engagement is created, company potentially benefit because employee engagement has been shown to be positively related to employee retention and productivity. This represents a big opportunity for both employees and communities. In 2018, over 15,000 employees volunteering the different initiatives promoted by the company. Well, in short, across the globe, BBVA employees have the opportunity to increase their awareness and work for a better world by taking part in different projects that could be education, environment, inclusion, and others. As we can see, these volunteerism programs have a big impact on companies' organizational culture. With the BBVA, for example, when they first introduced this model, there was some resistance to the change because it will mean that for some workers, they should give an extra time for doing this volunteer program, these volunteer activities. But then, as soon as the benefits approach, the employees understood that being involved in volunteerism programs doesn't just mean an extra investment of time, but a great opportunity to help others around. And at an organizational level, this will be provided by volunteerism. Impact produces an excellent organizational culture. Having happier employees, discovering and developing hidden skills that were possible to know thanks to volunteering activities, and they're more engaged team workers, and in general, a better working environment. Thank you. These are the references.